with my grammar series of basics of tenses. Today we'll study about the past tense and its four classifications. But before that, let us revise some key concepts that we had discussed in the previous parts of this series. So, there are three types of tenses: present, past, and future. These three types of tenses are further divided into four classifications, that is the simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. I hope that you all must be familiar with these four terms, as we had already discussed the present tense in the previous video, that is the part 2 of this series, and its four classifications along with it. If not, check the link in the description box. So let us come to the point. Past tense. Past means the time which has already occurred, or we can say the previous time. The first classification of past tense is the simple past. Rule for the same is V2, that is the past form of verb, applicable for both singular as well as plural subjects. The meaning of this line is, if you remember, in part 2 we had discussed the present tense of the types of tenses. In that we had the rule of simple present tense that we have to use V1 plus S or ES with the subject which is singular. So there is no such logic. In this case, we have to simply write the V2 after the subject, whether it is singular or plural, no matter. Let us take an example. She learned her lesson. We know that she is singular, but there is no such rule to use S or ES with the verb. So we have to simply write learned, that is the V2 of learn. You have to learn the forms of verbs from the table which I had discussed in the part 1 of this series. Check the link in the description box. Let us see some examples. First example is, I did my work yesterday. Did is the V2 of do. Do, did, done. I is the subject, did my work yesterday. Second, she bought this thing for me. She. As we know that she is singular, but there is no such rule to use S or ES with the verb. So simply we have to write bought. Bought is the V2 of buy. Buy, bought, bought. There is a confusion in two words. Let me write buy, bought, bought. Bought are the V2 and V3 of buy. But bring. It is brought. It sounds same, but there is one difference of R in the V2 and V3 of these words. Remember, there is R in bring, so we have to use R in the V2 and V3 of brought. So, I hope this might be clear to all of you. The third example is, Ayush learned his lessons well. Learn can be written as learned or learnt with ed or t. Both are correct. Ayush is subject, learn is the V2 of learn, his lessons well. Ayush learned his lessons well. The second classification of past tense is the past continuous tense. Continuous means in continuation, which means we have to use ing in every case of continuation. Rule for the same is was, were. In present, it was, is, mr, and in the continuous past, it is was or were. Plus V1, that is the first form of verb, plus ing. Was is used with singular or I. Were is used with plural or you. I was, she was, you were, we were, they were, V1. Suppose play, playing, learn, learning. I was learning my lesson. You were learning your lesson. Like this. Let us see some examples. I was doing my work. I plus was, do plus ing, it forms doing my work. I was doing my work. She was eating her food. She plus was plus eat plus ing, it forms eating her food. She was eating her food. You were playing Ludo yesterday. You plus were. As were is used with you, it is written here. You were playing Ludo yesterday. It is very easy to learn tenses if you look carefully to the rules. Third classification of past tense is past perfect tense. Rule for the same is had plus V3. In present it was has or have plus V3. In past it is only a single word, that is had. So no worries to use it with singular as well as plural. It is applicable for both singular as well as plural subjects. Plus V3, that is the past participle. Let us see some examples. I had done my work. I plus had done. It is a V3 of do. Do, did, done, my work. I had done my work. She had eaten her lunch. She plus had eaten. It is a V3 of eat. Eat, ate, eaten, her lunch. Sakshi had read the book. Sakshi had read, read. Read is the V3 of read, the book. Sakshi had read the book. I hope these three types of tenses must be clear to all of you. The fourth classification is the past perfect continuous tense. As in present, the same is in past, but had is used instead of has or have. Perfect means the rule for perfect plus the continuous rule, that is the ing. It is a combination of perfect plus continuous. Whether it is in present or past or future, the rule is same. The basics are same. Rule: had plus been plus v1 plus ing. Had for both singular as well as plural subject. Been, it is the additional word used in the perfect continuous tense, and v1, that is the first form of verb, plus ing means in continuation. Let us take an example. I had been doing my work since afternoon. She had been eating her lunch since afternoon. So how it works? First example is I had been working on this project. I plus had plus been working on this project. She had been eating this food since morning. Ram had been playing in the garden. Ram plus had plus been plus play ing, it forms playing in the garden. The main word in present or past or future perfect continuous tense is been. B-E-E-N, been. That is very important. I hope this video might be clear to all of you. Like, share and subscribe for more updates. Stay tuned. Happy learning.